Egwene starts the game with level 1 Daystamar, level 2 Channeling, and level 3 Leadership. She's a low complexity character who has no trouble recovering from a setback, making the best of any losses she suffers and quickly improving her attribute levels as she goes. If you want to draw a ton of cards and play big, flashy actions, Egwene may just be the choice for you. Her tier 1 quest, the Novice Book, unlocks when she reaches Tarvalon on the map. At this point, her hand size increases from 4 to 6, and she gains a base combat strength of 1. Her tier 1 ability, Refuse to Kneel, allows her to draw an action card and gain a victory point each time she loses a fight. Egwene's tier 2 quest, Damane, requires her to move out of Falmer with a full hand of action cards. At this point, her hand size increases to 7 and her base CS becomes 2. Her tier 2 ability, Forced Learning, allows her to gain an attribute level each time she has to discard cards at the end of her turn. Egwene's tier 3 quest, Gaining the Stole, unlocks when she reaches level 9 Channeling. Her hand size increases to 8 and her base CS becomes 5. The tier 3 ability, Iron Will, can be exhausted to make her next action unable to be affected by cancels, effectively ensuring it will always resolve. Egwene should be fairly focused on completing her tier 1 and 2 quests for the opening portion of the game. Once you have access to Forced Learning, drawing over your hand size suddenly becomes extremely profitable, meaning you want to discard at least one card each turn if you can. As with every character, you should always value followers with attributes that aren't on your player board. For Egwene, this means that skill and military followers hold a higher priority as a general rule. Egwene isn't especially dependent on her followers to play an effective game, and can usually perform just fine with a smaller team of more specialised characters in the levels and attributes she needs. Generally speaking, anything that draws multiple cards is good for Egwene in the early stages. This way she can ensure she still overfills her hand on turns when there isn't an available action space nearby. Cancel Meeting and Hard Choices are a couple of good choices in this regard. Reactions should also receive additional priority as they allow you to level up your attributes even faster, not requiring the full turn to play them. Along with anything that you can play while doing what you were already doing anyway. Cover the Back Trail, for example, might do virtually nothing the majority of the time, but it does gain an extra leadership level and let you make the move you were going to make anyway. By the later stage of the game, Egwene should have most of her attributes close to their maximum levels, ideally with a lightweight team of cherry-picked followers with strong abilities and high attributes themselves. She then wants to draw as many tier 3 cards as possible, and throw out the most powerful ones, generating an advantage through sheer strength of her actions. Cards like Spy Network, Blossoms of Fire, and Find the Answers are all extremely powerful examples of things you can do once you have the maximum level in your attributes. Don't forget to use the tier 3 ability when you really want to guarantee one of your big bombs resolving. One of the most seemingly unconventional approaches to the game actually turns out to be one of the best strategies for Egwene, and that is to slam your face into as many low level enemies as possible with the express intention of losing. While counterintuitive, each fight you lose stands to benefit you. If you could lose a fight every turn, you'd be gaining a point and an action every turn. That would in turn mean an extra attribute level when you go to your discard phase. 1 point a turn might not seem like a lot when people can get 4 to 8 points from a single tier 2 enemy, but when it's consistently every single turn, it soon adds up and lets Egwene maintain a solid score. Plus, it's actually quite easy to lose more than one fight in a turn. A common strategy for Egwene that's seen success is to walk onto Trollop Fists in the map that you know you can't beat. You get to trigger your level 1 ability, drawing an action and gaining a point, then go back to the same location that you started and trigger it a second time. Repeating locations like Tarvalon or Ilion by bouncing off the Trollocs generates an insane amount of value and can power you right through the mid-game. If there's an undefeated enemy sitting in the tavern row as well, and the butcher's bill isn't that bad for you, like Trollocs or Jarrett Bayer who does literally nothing, it's often a better idea to lose the fight rather than flipping a follower that you may not want. And that's all for this guide. What's your favourite strategy when playing as Egwene? Let us know in the comments and make sure to subscribe for more 3rd Age character guides coming soon. For those who didn't know, you can download 3rd Age completely free right now on the Steam Workshop. All you have to do is go and find it in the Tabletop Simulator Community Workshop, and then hit the subscribe button that will look exactly like this. Once you're subscribed, the next time you load up Tabletop Simulator, you should see 3rd Age and be able to load it right up and get into the game. Don't forget to join our Discord server as well for more updates and to talk to other players in the community.